Hare Krishna, welcome to the session on Mukunda Mālā Stotra. Today we will discuss Shloka number 52. Mukunda Mālā Stotra, Shloka number 52. Yasya priyau śruti-dharau kavi-loka-vīrau mitrau dvi-janma-vara-padma-śarāv abhūtām tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja-ṣaṭ-padēna rājñā kṛtā kṛtir iyaṁ kulaśēkharēṇa. This composition was created by King Kulasekhara. He is like a bee at the lotus feet of lotus-eyed Lord Krishna, and he had two beloved friends named Padma and Sara, who were the best of Brahmanas, heroes among the poets, and learned in the Vedas. Yasya, whose, priyau, dear, śruti-dharau, learned in the Vedas, kavi-loka-vīrau, heroes among poets, mitrau, two friends, dvi-janma-vara, best of Brahmanas, Padma-shara, named Padma and Shara, abhūtām, where, or were, abhūtām, were, tena, by him, ambujākṣa, lotus-eyed Lord, caraṇāmbuja, lotus feet, ṣaṭ-padēna, by the six-legged bee, rājñā, by the king, kṛtā, was made, kṛtiyam, this composition, kulaśēkharēṇa, by Kulasekhara. So let's recite the shloka, one line at a time. Yasya priyau śruti-dharau kavi-loka-vīrau
Yasya priyau śruti-dharau kavi-loka-vīrau
tenāmbujākṣa mitrau dvi-janma-vara-padma-śarāv abhūtām
mitrau dvi-janma-vara-padma-śarāv abhūtām
tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja-ṣaṭ-padēna
tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja-ṣaṭ-padēna
rājñā kṛtā kṛtir iyaṁ kulaśēkharēṇa.
rājñā kṛtā kṛtir kulaśēkharēṇa
Yasya priyau śruti-dharau kavi-loka-vīrau
Yasya priyau śruti-dharau kavi-loka-vīrau
mitrau dvi-janma-vara-padma-śarāv abhūtām
mitrau dvi-janma-vara-padma-śarāv abhūtām
tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja-ṣaṭ-padēna
tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja-ṣaṭ-padēna
rājñā kṛtā kṛtir iyaṁ kulaśēkharēṇa.
rājñā kṛtā kṛtir iyaṁ kulaśēkharēṇa.
So now, after speaking, after composing and reciting the previous 51 shlokas, okay, now this 52 shloka and then the next 53rd shloka. 52nd shloka, Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he is offering gratitude to two other Āḻvārs. So Kulasekhara Āḻvār, who is the composer of Mukunda Mālā Stotra, he is offering his work. He is offering gratitude. He is offering this work, this composition of Mukunda Mālā Stotra at the lotus feet of two other Āḻvārs. Who are the other two Āڵvārs? We will discuss. But this is the theme of this shloka. So he's offering gratitude, acknowledgement. He's offering this total work. He's dedicating. When you buy a book in the beginning or end, you will see dedicated to my mother, dedicated to my guru, something like that, right? So like that, this is the dedication shloka. Kulasekhara Āḻvār is dedicating this composition, Mukunda Mālā Stotra, this beautiful garland of 52 shlokas, total 53, but this is the offering. So that way we can say 52 shlokas, and this is the offering to the other two acharyas. So who are the, and then 53rd shloka is the Falashruti. What happens when you hear Mukunda Mālā Stotra? That we will discuss tomorrow. But today, let's dig deeper into understanding this shloka more. So Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he is offering his work to two Āḻvārs. The names of these two Āḻvārs are Namma-Āḻvār and Periyāழ்vār. So Namma-Āڵvār was before Kulasekhara Āڵvār. And Periyāழ்vār, he was contemporary. He was born after Kulasekhara Āڵvār, but he's a contemporary, Samakalina. So these two acharyas, these two Āڵvārs, they are part of that 12 Āڵvārs from Dravida Desha. We hear there are 12 Āڵvārs, right? Just like in Gaudiya Vaiṣṇava Sampradaya, in ISKCON, or coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sampradaya, we have Shat Goswamis, 6 Goswamis. Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Raghunatha Dasa Goswami. Like that, in the Dravida Desham, in the South India, Tamil Nadu region, there are 12 Āڵvārs who were much before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was 500 years ago, and all the 6 Goswamis were around that time. But these Āڵvārs were about 1500 years ago. Because Bhakti Devi was born in Dravida Desham first, and from there she travelled to Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat, and then to Vrindavan. And then from Vrindavan, it has spread all over the world again. So, so the two Āڵvārs, Namma-Āڵvār and Periyāழ்vār, Kulasekhara Āڵvār is calling them as his dear friends. Yasya priyau, dear. Mitrau, priya mitra. These two Āڵvārs are his priya mitra. So one is a senior to him. I don't know if Kulasekhara Āڵvār saw Namma-Āڵvār, because he was before, he was born before Kulasekhara Āڵvār. So I am assuming he saw him. He spent time with him. And then Periyāழ்vār, he was born after Kulasekhara Āڵvār was born. But these two are his dear friends. Yasya priyau, priya mitrau. And what are the adjectives he is using to describe these two dear friends? Śruti-dharau, kavi-loka-vīrau, dvi-janma-vara. These are the 3 adjectives. Śruti-dharau. Śruti-dharau means there are 2 meanings of Śruti-dharau. One is Shruti means Vedas. Dhara means learned, one who is an expert. That is one meaning of Śruti-dharau. Another meaning of Śruti-dharau is you hear once and you learn it. You hear once, you remember it. So like in Telugulo antam kada ekasantagrahi. So like that, Śruti-dharau, once heard, remembered forever. But here Shruti means the Vedas. Śruti-dharau, learned in Vedas, expert in Vedas. So both Namma-Āڵvār and Periyāழ்vār, they are experts in Vedas. Kavi-loka-vīrau. They are best among poets. Kavi-loka, the world of poets. Vīrau, they are the heroes. These two Āḻvārs are the heroes. Kavi-loka-vīrau. Dvi-janma-vara. Dvi-janma means twice born. Brahmanas are called twice born because the biological birth is that happens when the mother delivers the baby. That is the first birth. But when a Brahmana goes through the Upanayana ceremony, thread ceremony, and they take that Gayatri mantra from Guru. So that is called, when a devotee gets mantropadesha, initiation, diksha from a Guru. In Sri Vaiṣṇava Sampradaya or in ISKCON within Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, when they get mantra diksha, that is also called second birth, dvi-janma, or simply dvija. They call dvija or dvi-janma, second birth, twice born. So dvi-janma-vara, the best of the Brahmanas. Dvija means dvija or dvi-janma means Brahmanas, and then vara means shrestha. Vara is the best, shrestha. Dvi-janma-vara, they are the best of the Brahmanas. And what are their names? Padma and Shara. So Padma is the name associated to Periyāڵvār. Periyāڵvār or Nammālvār, one of them. Let me verify. Yeah, Nammālvār. Padma is Nammālvār because Nammālvār is always seen with flower arrows. Okay, Padma. And then Periyāڵvār is Shara. Oh, no. Nammālvār is Shara, the flower arrows. Okay, and then Periyāڵvār is Padma. So if that is little confusing, just remember that one of them is Padma, one of them is Shara. Okay, and then yasya priyau śruti-dharau kavi-loka-vīrau mitrau dvi-janma-vara-padma-śarāv abhūtām. They were my dear friends, and they were śruti-dhara, kavi-loka-vīra, dvi-janma-vara, and their names are Padma and Shara, Nammālvār and Periyāڵvār. tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja-ṣaṭ-padēna, tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja-ṣaṭ-padēna. Tena, by him. Ambujākṣa, lotus-eyed Lord. Caraṇāmbuja, lotus feet. Ṣaṭ-padēna, by the six-legged bee. And Kulasekhara Āḻvār is comparing himself as a bee, as a bumblebee, honey bee. Ṣaṭ-padēna. The bumblebee or honeybee has 6 legs. Six legs. Shat means 6. In Sanskrit, Shat means 6. Pada is leg. Ṣaṭ-padēna, by 6 legs. By 6-legged insect, that is bee. Just like how a honey bee goes into a garden, a flower garden, especially lotus garden. It goes to any flower garden, but especially lotus garden, and drinks the makarandam, the nectar, the honey from the flowers. Similarly, Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he's comparing himself as a bee. He's not keeping any credit to himself, because when the honey bee goes to the flower garden and drinks the honey like nectar, or nectar like honey from the flower, can the honey bee take any credit to itself? No, because the nectar like honey is in the flower. All the credit goes to, all glories to the lotus flower. So that's why by comparing, when we look at this word, right? Oh, Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he's comparing Nammālvār and Periyālvār as Padma and Shara, and then he's comparing himself to a honey bee. He's giving an adjective to himself. We may think like that. But no, he's expressing his humility. By comparing himself as a Ṣaṭ-pada, like a honey bee, he's not keeping any credit to himself. Whatever I have learned, Kulasekhara Āḻvār is saying, whatever I have composed in this Mukunda Mālā Stotra, the credit is not mine. I have learned from all these great acharyas, Nammālvār, Periyālvār and other acharyas, Purvacharyas. I am simply like a honey bee who goes to different flowers and drinks the nectar. Similarly, I consult different acharyas, or whatever I have heard from different acharyas, I am just repeating that. That is what he is saying. He is not keeping any credit to himself. He has written such a great composition. We have been discussing for last 1 year almost. I am pretty sure no other stotram we will discuss at such a great length. Whether we will start Kunti Stuti or Prahlada Stuti, Gopi Geet, Venu Geet, anything, I am pretty sure we will not discuss at such a great length. So this is so melodious, so beautiful, nectarian, very easy words for everyone, easy to pronounce. Happily we can relish it. It is like singing national anthem every day. This is Bhakti Geetam. National anthem is Jatiya Geetam, and this is our Bhakti Geetam. Mukunda Mālā Stotra should be our Bhakti Geetam, daily recited Bhakti Geetam. If not all the 53 shlokas, at least 3 or 4 shlokas you should keep. If not 3 or 4, at least one favorite shloka you should keep. And when you go in front of God in your home, in the altar or in the temple, standing in front of the deity, you should recite that shloka. So it should become like a Jatiya Geetam, like a Bhakti Geetam every day. So Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he is expressing his utter humility. This is not mine. This work is not mine. This credit all goes to the śruti-dharau, kavi-loka-vīrau, dvi-janma-vara-padma-śarāv, Nammālvār and Periyālvār. Rājñā kṛtā kṛtir iyaṁ Kulaśēkharēṇa. This work, this composition, kṛtiyam, kṛtā, was made by the king Kulasekhara, rājñā Kulasekharēṇa. So just like how a bumblebee, a honeybee is attracted to the lotus flower, similarly Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he is calling Krishna as Ambujākṣa, one who has lotus-like eyes, and Caraṇāmbuja, one who has lotus-like feet. tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja-ṣaṭ-padēna rājñā kṛtā kṛtir iyaṁ Kulaśēkharēṇa. That honey bee, Kulasekhara Āḻvār, is attracted to the lotus feet, the Caraṇāmbuja of Sri Krishna, and he is also attracted to the Ambujākṣa, the lotus-eyed Lord. The two friends, Padma and Shara, they have those names, nicknames. Those two Āḻvārs, Nammālvār and Periyāllvār, they have the names Padma and Shara. Priyau, śruti-dharau, kavi-loka-vīrau, dvi-janma-vara. And Krishna is described with tenāmbujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja. And Kulasekhara Āḻvār is described as the king, rājñā, and śaṭ-pada. Yeah, he's glorifying the acharyas with great adjectives, multiple adjectives. And he is calling Krishna as the lotus garden itself. Just like how Kunti said, Namo Pankajanaභāya, Namo Pankajamaline, Namo Pankajanetrāya, Namaste Pankajangre. Like that, here Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he is saying Ambujākṣa-caraṇāmbuja. Lotus-eyed Lord and lotus feet. Krishna's feet are like lotus feet. And I am simply a honey bee, taking the nectar from all these flowers. Taking the nectar like honey from Krishna's lotus and also from the Acharya's lotuses. Acharyas are also compared to lotuses. So like that from multiple sources. We see something similar in Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. In Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra, Bhishmadev also says, Yani namani ghaunani vikyatani mahatmanaha rishibhi parigitani tani vakshyami bhutaye. Bhishmadev says, before starting the Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra, Bhishmadev says, I have heard all these 1,000 names, Sahasranama of Sri Vishnu from different rishis. Vasishta Rishi, Valmiki Muni, all those different rishis. And I am simply repeating. Yani namani gaunani vikyatani mahatmanaha rishibhi parigitani. Rishi parigitani. Parigitani means like singing in the best way. Rishibhi parigitani tani vakshyami bhutaye. I will simply repeat. When I started Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra class almost an year ago, I think, in the beginning of the class only one person asked this question, like how did Bhishmadev know all these names? Then that Shloka answers, like Bhishmadev, whatever he has heard from different rishis, he is simply repeating. It is not like Bhishmadev is giving the names Vishvam, Vishnur, Vashatkaro, Bhuta, Bhavya, Bhavat, Prabhu. No, he did not give any names. Whatever he heard from different rishis, he is simply repeating. Similarly, so just like a honey bee goes to different places and collects the nectar like honey and drinks. Similarly, Bhishmadev also, he collected this nectarian names from different rishis and he has repeated in Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. And in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, just like a honey bee, Kulasekhara Āḻvār went to different acharyas, collected the nectar like honey, and he is simply repeating that. So he is not keeping any credit to himself. He is saying Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Sarvam Acharya Arpanamastu. Nammālvār and Periyāllvār. So now let's see more details from this. So Ṣaṭ-padēna by the bee, and rājñā by the king, and Kulasekhharēṇa. So this is the final offering of Kulasekhara Āḻvār. The Mukunda Mālā Stotra concludes not with a boast of royalty, but a declaration of spiritual dependence. To truly read this stotra is to adopt the mindset of Kulasekhara himself, gathering the nectar of devotion alongside wise friends, shedding earthly titles, and remaining completely captivated by the lotus-eyed Lord. Because the sign of knowledge is humility. The symbol, symptom, or sign of knowledge is humility. Kulasekhara Āḻvār is expressing that humility in this shloka. He's not keeping any credit, but he's simply giving the credit. Similarly, we see Raghunath Das Goswami. He never writes his name there. He always writes Rupa Goswami's name. He always offers, in the end, he always offers pranama to Rupa Goswami. So, if we see Mukunda Mālā Stotra, it is such an excellent, splendid composition by Kulasekhara Āḻvār, filled with intense love, parama bhakti for Mukunda, Ramachandra, Ranganatha. Every day Kulasekhara Āḻvār used to do Ranga Yatra, Srirangam Yatra. So this composition, Mukunda Mālā Stotra, is filled with Parama Bhakti for Sri Krishna, Ranganatha, and Ramachandra. He is one of the, Kulasekhara Āḻvār is one of the greatest acharya, greatest propagator or proponents of nama-siddhanta and nama-bhajana. In South India, we'll see, especially in Tamil Nadu, Dravida Desham, we'll see nama-siddhanta and nama-bhajana. In other regions, we call it with different names, but basically nama-sankirtana and the nama-tattva, the philosophy of the holy name of the Lord, and actually doing the nama-sankirtana. So nama-siddhanta and nama-bhajana. Kulasekhara Āḻvār is the greatest proponent, is a Sankirtana Acharya, just like Tyagaraja, Purandara Dasu, Annamacharya, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Sankirtana Acharya, like that. So Kulasekhara Āḻvār is one of the greatest proponents of nama-siddhanta and nama-bhajana. Because this is the Yuga Dharma for reaching the spiritual world. This is the Yuga Dharma for attaining liberation and reaching spiritual world. So overcoming the ill effects of Kali Yuga by closely following the path suggested in the Kali Santarana Upanishad. In the Kali Santarana Upanishad, Bhagavat, there is a beautiful shloka mentioned by Brahma himself. Bhagavat Adi Purushasya Narayanasya Namocharana Matrena Niruddha Kalir Bhavati. Niruddhat Kalir Bhavati. Simply by doing Namocharana, Nama Ucharana, simply by reciting the names, Namocharana Matrena. Namocharana of whose Nama? Purushasya Narayanasya. Adi Purushasya Narayanasya. Bhagavat Adi Purushasya Narayanasya Namocharana Matrena Niruddhat Kalir Bhavati. Nirdutat kalir bhavati. One will get free from the ill effects of Kali simply by chanting these names. So we see throughout Mukunda Mālā Stotra this central theme of nama sankirtana, namocharana, starting with the first two shlokas. Shri Vallabheti Varadeti Daya Pareti Bhakta Priyeti Bhavalunthana Kovideti Nateti Nagashayaneti Jagannivase Tyalapinam Pratidinam Kurume Mukunda Jayatu Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandanoyam Jayatu Jayatu Krishno Vrishnivaṁśha Pradīpaha Jayatu Jayatu Meghashyamala Komalango Jayatu Jayatu Prithvi Bharanasho Mukundaha. So in the Kali Santarana, so this is the beauty of Nama Sankirtana, Nama Ucharana. In the Kali Santarana Upanishad, Narada Muni asks Brahma. Brahma is the guru for Narada Muni. So Narada Muni asks Brahma, what is the name that enables one to cross the ocean of samsara in Kali Yuga? Then Brahma said, in Kali Santarana Upanishad, Brahma said that Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And later on, in another Upanishad, this order is reversed. Instead of Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, the order is reversed. Hare Krishna first and then Hare Rama. But whatever is the order. So Brahma said, the recitation of these names, Rama and Hari and Krishna, will be the effective means to overcome the ill effect of Kali Yuga. So Kulasekhara Āḻvār followed this advice of Chaturmukha Brahma and recited the names of Mukunda in this Mukunda Mālā Stotra. So even though these names, there are beautiful names, easy to pronounce names in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, or even the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, simple names, Hari, Rama and Krishna. But many people, they don't want to chant these names. In Mukunda Mālā Stotra, Kulasekhara Āḻvār says, Srinath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Bhakta Priya Chakrapani Sri Padmanabha Chuta Kaita Bhare Sri Rama Padmaksha Hare Murare Ananta Vaikunta Mukunda Krishna Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Vaktum Samartopi na Bhakti Kaschit Aho Jananam Vyasanabimukyam Vaktum Samartopi na Bhakti Kaschit Aho Jananam Vyasanabimukyam. So even though everybody has a tongue, everybody has the ability to speak, they have the power of speech, but they don't recite these names of the Lord. In the Vishnu Purana also something similar is mentioned, like how people are ignorant about the power of holy name. People are ignorant of reciting the holy names of the Lord. Marchoma yajustavama sma partha kinchana govindeti harer nama geyam gayasva nityasya narayaneti shabdosti vagasti vasavartini tatapi narake gore patanti tedat arbhutam. One need not recite, Rigvedam, Yajurvedam and Samavedam. In order to get liberation, they don't need to study Vedas, they don't need to recite the Chaturveda, they don't need to do Chaturveda Parayana. One should simply recite the names of the Lord. There is the tongue, everyone has a tongue, and simply we can use our tongue to chant these names. If we don't do that, then they will go to hell. That is what that Shloka from Vishnu Purana says. So Kulasekhara Āḻvār also is echoing the mood that is mentioned in Kali Santarana Upanishad, Vishnu Purana, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Vaktum Samartopi Navakti Kaschid Aho Jananam Vasanabhimukyam. And in another shloka in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, shloka number 25, Kulasekhara Āḻvār says, Amnaya bhyasananyaranyaruditam vedavratanyanvaham medascheda falani purtha vidayaha sarvam hutam bhasmani tirthanam avagahanani chagaja snanam vinayat pada dvandvamboruha samsmritim vijayate devasya narayana. So, reciting the Vedas, reading the Vedas is like going to a forest and crying for help. Aranya Rodana. If you go and cry in the forest, will anybody come to help? No. So, reciting the Vedas is like that. But simply by chanting the holy names, Nama Sankirtana, then so much of help is available. So, through this Mukunda Mālā Stotra, Kulasekhara Āḻvār, he instills the Bhagavad Bhakti in us and reminds us about the Navidha Bhakti, the 9 forms of devotion as described by Prahlada in Bhagavatam. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Archanam Padasevanam Dhasyam Sakyam Vandanam Atmanivedanam. These are the 9 processes. And we can see in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, all these 9 processes are covered. Shravanam is covered, Kirtanam is covered, Archanam is covered. Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam. So like that, all the 9 limbs are covered, especially Smarana. Even though all the 9 limbs, Navidha Bhakti, all the different angas are covered, but in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, more emphasis is given on Smaranam. In many shlokas, we see that Smaranam. So Shravanam is to singing, to hear the Katha, the Krishna Katha, the Kalyana Gunas of the Lord. Kirtanam is singing the glories of the Lord. Smaranam is remembering Lord. Archanam, worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. Archanam and Padasevanam both. Vandanam, offering prayers, offering pranama, doing namaskara. And Archanam also means offering flowers, fruits, leaves, all those things. Dasyam, offering service to him. Sakyam, associating with him as a friend like Arjuna or Sudama. Atmanivedanam, complete surrender, total sharanagati. So these are Navalakshana Bhakti. Navalakshana Bhakti. And Mukunda Mālā Stotra, different shlokas illustrate different limbs of this Navalakshana Bhakti. There is one beautiful shloka in Mukunda Mālā Stotra. What is that? Namani Narayana Gocharani Pravartaya Pranjalirasmi Jihve Namani Narayana Gocharani. What is the beginning of that line? Beginning of that shloka? Ascharya. No, not that one. Tattvam bhruvānāni param parastān madhuksharantīva mudāvahāni pravartaya pranjalirasmi jihve namani narayana gocharani. Namani narayana gocharani. So namani, the names, gocharani, the katha, the charcha of Narayana, of Krishna. Pravartaya pranjalirasmi jihve. Use this tongue in engaging, reciting the names of the Lord and also reciting and also singing the glories of the Lord. The katha kirtana and nama sankirtana, both. So we'll read this purport from we'll read the purport from the Veda base. Like a bee at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, King Kulasekhara has made honey in his exquisite poetry, which overflows with nectarian descriptions of the Supreme Lord. He has also cried out to the Lord for deliverance from the ocean of material suffering. By using a wide repertoire of metaphors. In Mukunda Mālā Stotra, we see so many metaphors, like how in the beginning of the shlokas, how he compares the material ocean, the samsara, the material life or material world, to an ocean filled with sharks and high tide waves, all those things. And by speaking from the depth of sincere Vaiṣṇava feelings, he has made his readers indebted to him. Now they may also become bees and drink the honey of the Mukunda Mālā Stotra. Now this is the most important thing. Now Kulasekhara Āḻvār has done his part. As a honeybee, he has collected the nectar like honey from different acharyas and he has presented this beautiful composition to us. Now we should also drink this nectarian stotram by becoming a honeybee ourselves. Among the 26 qualities of a devotee, one is that he is kavi, poet. The subject of a devotee's chanting and hearing comprises the super excellent name, form, qualities and pastimes of Krishna. The qualified kavi receives Krishna consciousness faithfully in parampara and renders it into excellent poems and discourses. Thus it is said of the Srimad Bhagavatam that it emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore this fruit has become even more tasteful. Although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls, Bhagavatam 1.1.3. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam shukamukadamrutadrava samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. So we have to become that rasika. That shloka in Bhagavatam says, if a rasika bhakta, if a rasika devotee reads Bhagavatam, they can relish it like a mango. Mango, you remove the peel and inside pulp, the juice, no matter where you taste it from, whether you taste it from left side, right side, top, bottom, middle, anywhere, it is nectarian. Similarly, a rasika bhakta who reads Bhagavatam can taste it from anywhere. Similarly, this Mukunda Mālā Stotra has emanated from the lips of Kulasekhara Āḻvār, a pure devotee of Krishna. And that's why all these names have become even more sweeter. Described in the contribution of Sukadeva Goswami to the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada writes, the Vedic fruit, which is mature and ripe in knowledge, is spoken through the lips of Sukadeva Goswami, who is compared to the parrot, not for his ability to recite the Bhagavatam exactly as he heard it from his learned father, Vyasadeva, but for his ability to present the work in a manner that would appeal to all classes of men. See, hearing and learning is one thing, but presenting it in a beautiful way is another thing. Presenting it in a beautiful, pleasing way that is more understandable, more attractive for the common masses of society. That is a great thing. That is what Sukadeva Goswami has done. Even though he has heard it from Vyasadeva, but Sukadeva Goswami made it very easy for all of us. So just like Sukadeva Goswami, King Kulasekhara has imbibed the Vedic conclusions and added to them his own taste of devotional mellows. Whatever he has written in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, Kulasekhara Āḻvār has learnt it from different acharyas. He has learnt it from the Vedas, but he has added his own taste, his own style of poetry, especially using different metaphors or dancing rhythmic words. Many shlokas in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, they have a dancing pattern. Baddhenāñjalinānateena shirasa gatrai saromodgamai kantena svaragadgadhena nayane nodghirna bhashpambhuna nityam tvacharanaravindayugala dhyanamruta swadina asmakam sarasiruhākṣa-satatam sampadhyatam jivitam. If you look at the first two lines in that shloka, every word is ending with na shabda. Baddhenāñjalinānateena shirasa ghātrai saromodgamai kantena svaragadgadhena nayane nodghirna bhashpambhuna. So like that, there are many different beautiful poetic expressions which are like rhythmic dancing patterns. So Kulasekhara Āḻvār has imbibed the Vedic conclusions and added to them his own taste of devotional mellows. In his Govinda Leela-amrita, Krishnadasa Kaviraja ends each chapter of his work with a statement similar to King Kulasekhara here. He writes, Shri Chaitanya Padaravinda Madhupa Shri Rupa Seva Phale. This book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, is the ripened fruit of my service to Srila Rupa Goswami, who is a bumblebee relishing honey at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The honey sweet nectarian rasa of Krishna consciousness is also expressed by Bilvamangal Thakura in Sri Krishna Karnamrita in Shloka number 92. Madhuram Madhuram Vapurasya Vibhor Madhuram Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Madhugandhi Mrudusmitametadaho Madhuram 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 Madhuram. This transcendental body of Krishna is very sweet, and his face is even sweeter, but his soft smile, which has fragrance of honey, is sweeter still. So everything in Mukunda Mālā Stotra is like this Madhuram. Madhuram Madhuram Vapurasya Vibho. Everything is sweet. Starting from first shloka till the last shloka, every shloka is equally relishable. This is unparalleled, unmatched work of Kulasekhara Āḻvār. We don't see this in other stotrams. You take, for example, Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. Some shlokas you are very attracted. For example, I personally am very attracted to when I am reading the Falashruti shlokas. Dhyausa Chandrarka Nakshatra Kam Disho Bhurmaho Dadi Vasudevasya Viryena Vidrutani Mahatmanaha Sasurasura Gandharvam Sayakshora Garakshasam Jagatvashe Vartatetam Krishnasya Sacharacharam Indriyani Mano Buddhi Sattvam Tejo Balam Dritihi Vasudevatmakanyahu Kshetram Kshetrajnamevacha. Like that. I am very attracted to those shlokas. In between, some shlokas they look little dry. But Mukunda Mālā Stotra is so sweet. It is just like a mango. Samu, when you taste a mango, how do you feel?
Like sweet, sweet flavor that fills my mouth. It stays there for a long time.
It stays there for a long time, and wherever you bite, it tastes the same, right?
Yeah.
It tastes exactly the same. Same sweetness, same nectar, same juice everywhere. And you will relish that for hours. Similarly, Mukunda Mālā Stotra, every bite, every recitation, every shloka, every time you recite, every time you remember, it gives some joy in your heart. Such a wonderful composition by Kulasekhara Āḻvār. This is one work which is being quoted. This is one stuti stotram which is being quoted by the speakers, by the preachers of all sampradayas. Preachers from Sri Vaiṣṇava Sampradaya, preachers from Gaudiya Vaiṣṇava Sampradaya within ISKCON, preachers from Vallabha Sampradaya, preachers from Rudra Sampradaya. Everywhere, every sampradaya, the devotees, preachers, they quote shlokas from Mukunda Mālā Stotra. It is such a widely accepted composition. Such a beautiful one. Many shlokas in Mukunda Mālā Stotra, Kulasekhara Āḻvār, majority, 90% of them, he has compiled, he has composed by himself, he has written by himself. But few shlokas, very few shlokas are, I would say, some lines, few lines actually. One or two lines in some shlokas. He has he was inspired to take those from different stotrams. Like for example, from Narasimha Karavalamba Stotram, written by Adi Shankaracharya, there are some lines like Bhaktum Samartho Pinavakti Kaschet Aho Jananam Vyasanabimukyam. And also Jihvepi Basvam Mritameta Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. That Jihve Pibasvam Mritameta Deva, that line is copied from Narasimha Karavalamba Stotram. So like that, very few lines are taken inspiration from different stotrams, but 90 to 95% is Kulasekhara Āḻvār's own composition. Such a beautiful one. It was definitely a beautiful journey. Tomorrow we'll do that last shloka, Falashruti. Let me see how big it is. We can complete it now. Yeah, maybe we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow, and then we will discuss more. And then Wednesday we can do a revision of entire Mukunda Mālā Stotra. Maybe Wednesday and Thursday we'll do a full revision of Mukunda Mālā Stotra of all the 53 shlokas. And that will conclude our series of Mukunda Mālā Stotra. And after that, we will start Krishna Leela. In preparation for Janmashtami, we will start Krishna Leela. We are exactly 1 month away. September 4th is Krishna Janmashtami. So exactly 1 month away, we will start Krishna Leela from Bhagavatam. It will be mostly in the story format, in between adding many shlokas. So we will definitely relish that thoroughly. Okay. Any questions, comments, reflections, realizations?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
ఈ ముకుంద మాల స్తోత్ర అనే జర్నీ ఇది బిగ్ జర్నీ. ఈ జర్నీలో మమ్మల్ని అనేక మజిలీల వైపు, అనేక ప్రదేశాల వైపు, అనేక సుందర రమ్యమైన దృశ్యాల వైపు, కావ్యాల వైపు మమ్మల్ని తీసుకెళ్తున్నారు. మీకు మేము ఎంతో రుణపడి ఉన్నాం.
యా, నేను కూడా అందరికీ ఇప్పుడు మీ అందరూ ఈ టైం ఇలా వెచ్చించడం వల్లనే నేను కూడా చెప్పగలిగాను. బికాజ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు commit and take out time like this. Even I am inspired to speak. So all the credit goes to you. I am like a bum. I am like that honey bee, collecting nectar from each of you and filling my heart. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. Shri Kulasekhara Āḻvār Virachita Mukunda Mālā Stotra ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Krishna Katamritam ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Okay. Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.